Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're in a country that I've been to many times myself, but I've never really recorded it. It is Croatia. We're on the island of Hvar. I was fishing at night when my girlfriend had left to get her flight back, and I decided to do a bit of bottom fishing. I had my wine, I had everything I needed, I had a few snacks, and I was ready to catch a few small fish. I was just using a very simple bottom rig, and yes, I was into a fish almost instantly within about 10 minutes of being there. And this one was a fish that I have not caught before. It is called a saddled sea bream, and they're absolutely everywhere in Croatia. But just to get this first fish was really, really exciting, and to know that they would take the hook. This was in a harbour, so I did expect some fish because they are feeding off what is ever thrown in the water. But it was great just to get that first Croatian fish, and it's a beautiful fish as well. But the fish I really wanted to get my hands on was a gilt-head sea bream. They're one of the best tasting fish in the ocean, in the sea. They're absolutely incredible. They are served all around the world. But I was hooked into a second fish here, and it wasn't a sea bream. I could tell by the way it was fighting, it was a lot smaller. This is actually called a becker. Now, a becker is a beautiful small fish. It's still related to the bream family. These were all bream, but it is red. It has this incredible coloration to it, and it is small but beautiful. Even though these fish were small, they were extremely fun to catch. And of course I wasn't going to eat them, so I threw them back. Anyway, I'd done fishing for the night, so I fed this cat some squid. And if you actually look at this cat, its right eye is completely blind. There was loads of cats like this all around the island. I found them very, very cute and had to feed them at this point in time. Seeing cats and dogs everywhere actually reminded me of Thailand, but then I remembered that in Croatia, they're not carrying rabies or any diseases, so it was totally safe. Anyway, I actually caught this sea bream the next morning very early on, and I didn't actually film me catching it. However, I'm going to cook it for you guys on camera, and I have to say, sea bream is one of the delicacies over here in Croatia. It's absolutely incredible. The meat tastes so good, and when I was spearfishing previous to this video, I saw loads of them, so I knew with a rod and reel I had a great chance. Anyway, I started scaling the sea bream on the side of the ocean, making sure it all goes into the ocean, naturally biodegradable, and the seagulls were looking at me the entire time, knowing they could get a fresh meal. Now, Croatians aren't necessarily going to be happy with this, but I cut off the head of the sea bream to remove all of the guts and stuff you do not want from the inside as you rip it off, and it will just take all of that outside of the fish, meaning you don't have to make an insertion through the stomach and remove all the guts. This is hidden behind a rock, so for the people that don't like graphic content, this isn't really an issue. But yeah, I just basically cut the head off, made sure there was nothing left inside of it, scaled it properly. I left it overnight in the freezer, that's why it looks a bit hard, but it did taste incredibly good, as you guys are about to see. The water actually warmed it up and defrosted it, but yeah, this is how I was preparing it. And as I threw this chunky head into the water, you could see these seagulls come for it straight away. It's like they know at all times where food is. It's incredible. And yeah, they were eating everything that I chucked in the ocean. Once you've cleaned the fish and make sure everything is removed from the inside, you want to salt and pepper the living hell out of it. And then you also want to put some natural olive oil without any additives, which Croatians have loads of, and it's absolutely incredible. It cooks better as well. I put it in foil so the skin doesn't stick to the grill, and it worked perfectly. We heat this up on an electric hob, and it tasted so good. The foil made it nice and steamy, it kept it protected, and within about 10 minutes with 5 minutes on each side, it was ready. My family was skeptical at first when I told them I caught a fish and cooked it, but they tried the sea bream and they did not regret it. Every single plate finished, all of it done. Even though it had bones, we had to be careful. It was such a good tasting fish, and the seasoning definitely did it justice. So for the first part of this video, I wanted to show you the fishing side of things, the usual kind of content that I film on this channel. But we also went on a boat and went around the islands off the city of Split. I was absolutely loving it. It was brilliant. The waters are so blue. It reminded me of Thailand once again. Absolutely stunning scenery. Went to a beach club, saw a guy on this surfboard thing, which I don't even know the name of, but it was absolutely incredible the way he was just gliding through the water like nothing mattered in the world. And truly, Croatia is one of the best places you can go on holiday. Still sort of a hidden gem, but it is getting increasingly popular. I would definitely recommend staying on an island. Here is some lobsters that we saw in one of the restaurants, and they have a lot of little cages and setups for the fish in Croatia before you eat them. It's quite cool. Then we got the speedboat back, had an amazing trip. Don't have too much more to say on Croatia, but I've been coming back for 7 years for very good reason. Heading back, it was a little bit choppy, but that makes the ride even more fun. Had an absolutely incredible time in Croatia. Caught a few fish whilst being busy most of the time. And our next trip will be off to Tenerife. So stay on the channel, go check that new video out when it comes out, but make sure you turn post notifications on so you can see every single upload and never miss a video. I am traveling the world, so do not miss out and watch me catch some more fish.